Hello everyone. Today in this video, we'll be discussing the ninth lab program of Web Lab, which is about the PHP programs to write program where we will be calculating the pattern match. So here the four words are given: Mississippi, Alabama, Texas, Massachusetts, and Kansas. Okay, five words are given. We have to write the PHP program that does the following: search for a word in a variable states that ends in XAS. So which is the word that ends in XAS? Texas. So in the first part, it should be stored as Texas. Okay, in the states list array, the first word that should be stored is Texas. Then we have to search for a word that begins with K and ends with S, which is Kansas. It should perform a in case insensitive or comparison. So capital and small K and S does not matter. So you have to store that element in the element one of state list. Okay. Then search for a word that begins with M and ends with S, which is Massachusetts. It's stored in the word of the element two of the list. And then you have to search for a word that ends in A, which is the word that ends in A, that is the Alabama. So store this in the third word of the list. So we have to store it as follows. First we'll be storing the word yeah, Texas. Then we'll be storing Kansas, then we'll be storing Massachusetts, then we'll be storing Alabama. Okay, so this is the whole program. So we'll be writing the if for loops for searching this word, this word, this word, this word. So how many for loops will be there in this program? There will be four for loops. Okay, so for each of these finding each of these word we'll be using four for loops. Okay, so that's all. What is the outlook of the program? Let's see how is the output looking like. So here I'll be typing 9abc. So 9abc. So here is the output. Okay, so if I zoom it, you'll be able to see. So the state that begin with the state ends with XS is Texas, that begins with K and ends in S is Kansas, M and ends with S is Massachusetts, and the state that begin that end with A is Alabama. Texas is the element 0, Kansas is the element 1, Massachusetts is the element 2, and Alabama is the element 3. So this is the expected output which we have to show. Okay, so let's see how it works. So moving on to the code part, what we have is this is the code part. Let's divide the code part into different parts. This is the first part. This is the second part for states that end with XAS. This is the third part which end with K, start with K and end with S. This is the fourth part which start with M and end with S. And this is the fifth part which ends with A. And this is the sixth part where we will be displaying the element and the element value where it is stored. So here what we are just doing is header we are setting as content type text plain, and then we are storing the string Mississippi, Alabama, Texas, Massachusetts, and Kansas in the all the states, and state array is getting initialized here. And state one is a variable which is having all the states, which is this one in the explode, means it will be having separately. Okay, means Mississippi comma Alabama comma Texas comma Massachusetts comma Kansas, because we are separating it via a space, and I will be initialized as 0. We have to find out the states that end with XS. For that, what we'll be doing, for dollar states one as state, so each of these value in the dollar state one, which is Mississippi, Alabama, Texas, Massachusetts, and Kansas, each will be taken into one into consideration at a single point of time. So state will be having the first value, which is Mississippi. Then we are doing the performing a regular expression match. Preg match is perform regular expression match. XAS, this is the pattern which you have to find out. Dollar means it's ending with XAS, and that will be searching in state. When we get the answer, that will be storing in the ith location of states array. States array is our final answer. We will have all the elements stored. So in the ith location, which is the 0th location, the value will be stored, which is the matched value. So again, I'll do I plus plus, and I'll be printing the state that end with XAS is the state value, because in state we have the matched pattern. Then again, I will do the second one for each, and I'll be doing state here. Again, I'll be searching what are the states present, which is starting with K and ending with S. Each state I will display and store in the states array I value, and I will be incremented. And here also I will be doing with starts with M and ends with S. So for starting, I'll be using a caret symbol. Ending is the same. Here we have the dollar, and in between what you have is the dot star. Dot star, as you know, what it does is it will match a number of characters. Okay, and then it ends in A. Ends in A. Just we have a dollar here, and it ends in A. So I'll be writing A here. Okay, and the match patterns will be stored in the states array, and that will be displayed. Finally, we'll be using a for each loop, because we have to display the value number as well. So Texas is the element. Texas is what the value. Okay, value will be having Texas. How? States array as element value, elements value. Okay, this is the element, and element value is Texas. So Texas will be stored here, and element is the number, which is the index value. So index value will be displayed at which index value it is getting displayed. Okay, so that's all what is there in the ninth program, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.